You know what's refreshing for once? The Chargers actually getting something right. No delays, no drama, no drawn-out negotiations. Just a first-round pick, signed and ready to go. Omarion Hampton is officially under contract. 4 years, $17.77 million, with a $9.56 million signing bonus, and that means one thing: he's ready to work. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. And when you look at how important this offseason is for the Chargers, that's exactly the kind of clean, efficient move this franchise needs more of. This team can't afford another slow start, especially in the backfield. And Hampton being locked in early means he's on the field from day one. No excuses, no distractions, and more importantly, no repeat of the Joey Bosa rookie year situation. You remember that one. The contract holdout, the hamstring injury, missed time, and everything that spiraled from it. This time around, there's no noise. Hampton gets a full camp, full reps, full access to the offense, and if he's going to make a run at the starting job, that time matters. But let's not sugarcoat it. Hampton isn't walking into an empty backfield. Najee Harris is still here, and regardless of what people say about his burst or efficiency, the guy's a proven workhorse. 4 straight seasons with over 1,000 rushing yards. He's not handing the job over to a rookie without a fight. But make no mistake, drafting a running back in the first round in today's NFL, that's also not a small decision. That's the Chargers sending a message, and that message is loud and clear. The run game has to be fixed. And that takes us directly to Greg Roman, the man they brought in to build an identity on the ground. Last year, total disappointment. Roman's been in the league over a decade and had never finished worse than 8th in rushing yards. Until now. The Chargers were 17th. 17th. For an OC whose entire reputation is built on the ground game, that's a major red flag. You can talk about personnel, sure. The O-line wasn't great. The running back room wasn't explosive, but the bottom line is this. The Chargers didn't get what they hired Greg Roman to deliver. And now, with Hampton, with Harris, with Mekhi Becton anchoring the line, there are no more excuses. Hampton's early signing isn't just a paper move. It's a statement. This kid's in, he's locked, and he's going to be in the facility every single day trying to take that job. And if you're Najee Harris, you've got to feel the pressure. The Chargers didn't spend a first-rounder just to rotate him in as a change-of-pace guy. At some point, the plan is for Hampton to take over, and if he flashes early, that plan might move faster than anyone expects. Of course, not everyone's convinced. I've already seen the hot takes floating around. People claiming Hampton will lead the entire AFC West in rushing as a rookie. That's bold. And if we're being honest, that's also unrealistic. Not because he doesn't have the talent, I actually think he's going to be very good, but because the opportunity just won't be there. You've got Najee splitting reps, and this team isn't exactly built to feed one guy 25 carries a game. Meanwhile, in Vegas, Ashton Jeanty is walking into a wide-open backfield. He's going to get the volume. Hampton, on the other hand, is going to have to earn every single touch. That's not to say he can't be one of the most productive rookie backs this year. He absolutely can if he wins that RB1 job outright by week 5 or 6. He's going to see a lot of action. But if we're talking about leading the division, that feels more like off-season buzz than reality. Then you've got the rest of the running back depth chart. And this is where things get messy. Right now, you've got Kaimani Vidal, Hassan Haskins, and the wild card of the group, Rocket Sanders. The coaching staff clearly likes Sanders. There's been a lot of praise coming out of OTA. But if he wants a roster spot, he's going to have to beat someone out. Most likely Haskins or maybe Vidal. And don't forget, special teams will decide a lot of these battles. Speaking of which, Sanders as a kick returner is actually an intriguing idea. He doesn't have a long return resume from college, but he's got legit 4.46 speed and the kind of build that makes him dangerous in the open field. If he makes this team, I wouldn't be surprised at all if kick return becomes his way in. Darius Davis has been solid on punts, but the kick return game could use a spark. And let's be honest, there's not much downside in trying to get a guy like Sanders back there if he's already pushing for that RB3 or RB4 slot. One thing I want to bring up too, the only unsigned rookie now is Trey Harris. And honestly, I'm not concerned. He's been showing up, participating, and it feels like the deal is just around the corner. The bigger point is that the Chargers are moving fast. This isn't the old front office dragging their feet anymore. This new regime, under Harbaugh is efficient, and that's a welcome change. Now, people have asked, is J.K. Dobbins still in the picture? Technically, yes, but realistically, he's not going to be the third option behind Harris and Hampton. He'd be depth at best, and I don't see him wanting that kind of role, especially after how things played out with the UFA tender. Right now, he's basically just injury insurance. If something happens to one of the top guys mid-season, maybe then he gets a call. Until then, he's a name on paper, nothing more. As for Greg Roman's job security, that's where things get complicated. If the offense starts slow again, and I mean really underperforms, then yes, we might start hearing those whispers. But Roman's tight with Harbaugh. This isn't a new relationship. They've been working together for years. He's not going to get booted unless it's a complete disaster. And last season, while the run game was disappointing, the Chargers still made the playoffs. That matters. That said, if you bring in a first-round back, add Najee Harris, upgrade the offensive line, and you still finish bottom half in rushing, that's a serious indictment. The expectations are clear now. This offense needs to be physical. They need to impose their will. If that's not happening by midseason, don't be shocked if the pressure starts to build. I don't think they'll pull the plug after 2 years. But if this run game doesn't look like a Greg Roman run game, then what's the point of keeping him? Another point that caught my eye was this debate around rushing versus passing touchdowns. Will the Chargers score more on the ground than through the air this year? It's an interesting question, especially with how much emphasis they've put on building up the run game. But for me, I don't see it. Last year, they had 23 passing touchdowns and 17 rushing. Close, sure, but it was a down year for Herbert, and they didn't really let him rip it until mid-season. With better weapons now and more confidence in the protection, I expect Herbert to be back in that 28 to 30 touchdown range, maybe even higher. You don't build around a guy like that just to run the ball 40 times a game. This offense should be balanced, and the run game should be good, but it should also be a supporting piece, not the centerpiece. Let the ground game keep defenses honest. Let it chew the clock when you're up, but let Herbert be the reason you win games. So overall, the Hampton signing is a major positive. It sets the tone. It gives the rookie a clean path to develop and compete. And it shows that this new front office understands the value of avoiding unnecessary distractions. Now, it's up to the coaching staff to make the most of that. Because with the way this roster is being shaped, the margin for excuses is disappearing fast. And if things don't click early, especially on the ground, you better believe the spotlight is going to land squarely on Greg Roman. Again, let me know what you guys think. Does Hampton have a real shot to take over RB1? Can this run game finally get back on track? And how much patience should we really have with Roman if things look like last year? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to hit subscribe. We're going to be tracking this team all off-season long.